Welcome everyone. This is SportsTiger presents Players Report, in which we have picked up one player from each team. We talk about his performances, how he has gone throughout the tournament, and in the end of it, we'll rate each player out of 10, which will be very interesting for each player. Let's straight away start without any delay. First, we've picked Jonny Bairstow from Hyderabad. Of course, he has played all the matches for Hyderabad so far, and he's also not been that consistent. In his first game when he scored 61, it looked like he's in for the season. Then again, his strike rate kept going down. It came to the forefront that he might, being an overseas player, he might have been having some difficulty adjusting to these hot, humid, and slow conditions. Then, of course, his defining innings was against Punjab, 97 of 55 in a match winning cause, of course. Then, apart from that, there's not much to look at. Against Delhi, of course, got 53 of 48. His total amount of runs are 280. Strike rate is decent, around the range of 130, and averaging around 35, which is again decent for the T20 format. He's been the opener for the Hyderabad along with David Warner, and he stepped up well. If I had to rate him out of 10 because of his inconsistency, I think I'll give him 7 out of 10 maybe.
7 out of 10 for Jonny Bairstow. The second player is, of course, Shane Watson from Chennai. He did not start good in the tournament. Let me tell you that. In the first game, he just managed 4 runs in 5 deliveries against Mumbai. But in the second game, he actually came out a little better than what he was in the first game. But unfortunately, the form actually picked up in the game against Punjab, where he scored 83 unbeaten and eventually helped the side to win the game. In the second game, the consecutive game against Kolkata, he smashed a 50, of course, and in the last game, he has smashed a 42. So it seems like that the form is coming back for Shane Watson, and it is a very, very good sign for a side like Chennai because they expect a lot out of Shane Watson. They have shown belief and they expect him to do well. He has scored a total of 241 runs in the tournament thus far with a strike rate of 122.33 at an average, a decent average, I would say, of 34.42. And I think Chennai would be happy that his form is coming on the right track. If I had to rate him, I would say 7 out of 10 for 241 in 8 games.
Let's come to the player we have picked from Rajasthan, which is SANJU SAMSON. Of course, he has played all the games. When he started with a 74 at Sharjah, then 85, 74 of 32 balls, 85 of 42 balls. We were like, wow, he's here to set the stage on fire. He's here to set this tournament on fire. But after that, not much. Single digit scores 8, 4, 0, 5, 10, 26 in his last game. So after those first 2 games, he's been so inconsistent and he has disappointed a bit, considering he has so much potential in him to go big. He has a total of 202 runs at a very, very good strike rate of 164.23. That's what he's known for. Average a bit on the lower side, which he'll want to improve, of course, 28.86. As far as the rating goes, I think 6.5 out of 10 would be my rating for him. And if he's able to tap the potential, that rating will go up, of course.
Absolutely, and the second player, the fourth player rather, is of course Devdutt Padikkal. How good he has been for Bangalore at the top of the order. They needed somebody with Aaron Finch, and he has delivered. Nobody expected him to do that well in the tournament, and he is doing so good. In the first 4 games, he was able to smash 3 half centuries, which defines him as a player, except for one performance against Punjab, where he did not score runs in, and against Delhi. Almost every game he has scored at least a 30 or a 30 plus, and that's exactly what you expect from an opener. I think Bangalore would be very happy because every time they step on field, there is expectations from Aaron Finch, there is expectations from Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, and finally a batsman has come who can match the shoulders of Kohli and de Villiers, and that's how he is in the tournament thus far. Has scored 243 runs in the tournament with a strike rate of 126.56. at an average of 34.71. I think being an opener and playing his first season at the age of 20, it is more than just good, and that's the reason I would give him 8 out of 10.
Fabulous. Let's move to another youngster from Delhi. That is Prithvi Shaw. He's played all the games so far. Again, another player who's not been that consistent. Couple of successful innings there, and apart from that, one or two small little cameos. Did not start well, but again, then he went on to score 64 of 43 against Chennai. Again, a failure. Then again, a good innings, 66 of 41, 42 of 23. He's always looked good at the start of the innings, but as the innings goes by, he loses some patience, plays some rash shots, and gives away his wickets in not the greatest of fashions. He also has 202 runs, very similar to SANJU SAMSON. Also a very high strike rate of 150 plus. Average of 28.86, exactly same as SANJU SAMSON. And they are not fairly similar players, but both very powerful. Prithvi Shaw has looked good, but he'll need to do better, I think, to get that consistency in his innings. I'll also give him 6.5 out of 10.
As Yuvraj said needs to do better. My next player is, of course, somebody who needs to do better. I'm talking about the first bowler in the list, and his name is Kuldeep Yadav. He has been dropped from the side because of his inconsistent performances. Somebody like Varun Chakravarti, an uncapped player, has taken his position in the side, and that is actually very, very surprising for a player like Kuldeep Yadav. He has been able to take just one wicket in the tournament thus far at a bowling average of 74. That means he has given 74 runs and has been able to pick just one wicket. Even the economy is not that good, and bowling strike rate at 54. I think Kuldeep Yadav, firstly, he would be looking to make a comeback into the playing 11. And at the second, of course, he needs to do well for the side and pick those important wickets. For his performances thus far, I would give him 3 out of 10.
Let's move on to another bowler. Jasprit Bumrah has played all games again, as he always does. Started on a rough note, giving away 43 runs in his first match, but picking up a wicket. Then again, giving runs at 8 runs per over against Kolkata, but picked up 2 wickets there. Against Bangalore, he conceded 42 again. But after that, it's been a very smooth ride, and he has come into his own. The Jasprit Bumrah we've known, of course. 2 wickets against Punjab, then couple of wickets, but his defining performance was against Rajasthan when he picked up 4 wickets, just giving away 20 runs at 5 runs per over. The ever reliable Jasprit Bumrah, he's now picked up 11 wickets in 7 games. It might not look like he has picked so many wickets, but he's been doing his job silently. Bowling average is again decent enough, 20. Bowling strike rate 15.27. That means he picks up a wicket in every 15 deliveries. He'll want to maybe do better because there are just 24 balls in a spell for you. Economy again, he's always very decent, below 8, which you'll take from your bowlers in T20 cricket. I think it's tough to rate him, but I will rate him around 7.5 for his last few performances, and that would be my rating for Jasprit Bumrah.
And now we have come down to the last player in this list, and that is, of course, Mayank Agarwal. How good he has been. Side is not doing well. They've just won 1 game out of the 7 they have played, lost 6, but his individual performances have been one to watch. Opened the side with KL Rahul and showed that intent which was needed. In the first game, it looked like that they will not be able to go so close to Delhi's total, but 89 of 60 deliveries, he showed that intent and he showed that class. He almost helped the side to cross that winning line. Unfortunately for him and the side, they couldn't win that game, but his remarkable innings against Rajasthan is something just out of the box. He just contributes in every game. A century against Rajasthan, 106 of 50 deliveries actually empowered the side into what he is today. His last performance against Kolkata is also good. Smashed 56 of 39 deliveries, has already scored 337 runs in the matches he has played at a decent, or rather better than just decent, strike rate of 158.96. And just see that average. Just see that average. 48.14 in a T20 cricket game. Wow, that is some performance, and that's the reason I will be giving Mayank Agarwal 9 out of 10.
That's fabulous. I think Mayank Agarwal deserves those points. And that was the end of our players report for the day. We took 8 players from 8 teams. We'll bring you this again. Till then, keep watching Sports.